Hey girly pops. It's Wednesday and I've done nothing. I've not done work in a while. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, start with like 10 minutes. Like, set 10 minutes on time, and usually I can like keep going, or sometimes I won't, but like 10 minutes is better than none. Right? But I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm gonna have lunch. But just know that that plan is in my head. Like, I think about that plan. Do work that I hate. Stay up late to do work I hate, because if I only do the essays that I'm really excited for, which are like 2 out of the 4 that I need to do, then I'm gonna be like, basically I'll be pushing off work that I don't want to do for longer, and that will make it harder to start. But if I do work that I hate, it gets out of the way, and then I can have fun and do the work that I love. Do you hear what I'm saying? Guys, I've only gone and changed my fucking tune. And by that, I mean I've done fuck all. You know, I worry that where I'm sat on my ass all goddamn day, right, that I'm gonna get sores on my bum. It's Friday. It's Thursday. Oh, it's Thursday! I just gained a day. I thought it was Friday. Okay, slay. But the reason I said I changed my tune is because I have 4 essays to write, right? And we are on week 2 of April. I've literally got an essay due in 1, 2, 3 weeks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write an essay in 4 days. That's what I'm saying. Well, 3.5, because this day's already half over. Basically, I'm gonna set myself a goal to finish. So I'm gonna do RIMP, which is Record and Information Management Practice. For that, I have an essay and a presentation to do. Obviously, the essays are worth more of the grade, so I'm going to focus on the essay. The presentation is just like a 10-minute recording thing. It's not going to take very long. And the script is basically the proposal we handed in. It's also the hardest essay to do, simply because he's given us a question. Like, the whole class had the same question, and it's so like wide. But it's like got quite a narrow script, but it's also got like quite, you can't go off on it. So he's going to be marking like 30 to 40 essays that are all the same, which is ridiculous. I guess it must be so. If the savage one is me, then I'll be so bad that you don't know. So I've basically started my first draft and I've done a lot of research within that. So basically what I'm saying is I have actually done work and I'm super proud of myself. Pat on the back for me. But I've got some sources were really not helpful, I'm not gonna lie. But I have like, whenever I write an essay, I have like my plan and my bibliography. So this is my bibliography. It doesn't look very long, but I promise it is a bit longer. And I like broke it down per paragraph. But then, so I was like writing it-ish. It's obviously very rough. And then I started making lists, which obviously equates to the word count I've got going on. But it's not in full, if that makes sense. I like to think that makes sense. I think I'm going to work on benefits. I'm going to do the benefits and challenges. It's about digital transformation, by the way, which is making, in records management, which is making stuff digital, basically, from paper or from pre-existing system architectures. Which is really not what I wanted to do. But once I'm researching it, this is the essay I really didn't want to write, by the way, but once I'm researching it, I actually enjoy it. I know, who would have thought? Because I enjoy researching stuff, right? It's what I do. So when I'm reading about digital transformations in healthcare and education and organisation management, I'm enjoying myself. But the thought of doing it makes me want to kill myself, okay? We'll say my word count is about 500, which is being generous and also not generous at the same time. Day 2. We're on Friday. I didn't do any more work yesterday because I didn't. But I've got energy. And I walked back into my room after like going to the shop. Smelled like a dead man. So I fear I may be decomposing in this room. I'm fucking coming for you, Rimp. I'm gonna fucking finish you by Sunday. I'm convinced. I've convinced myself. Obviously, raw. The raspberry and blueberry one. I blame Lewis for getting me on this shit. Tastes like a blueberry muffin. If you get the right one, tastes like a blueberry muffin. I think I'm gonna have some gastrointestinal problems though. My least favourite thing about studying or like writing an essay is getting all the fucking documents open. It takes a long time, I'm not gonna lie. Saturday and 8 o'clock in the morning, but I need to go get bagels after I'm done for breakfast. So I hope you can see. Hot choc. Just another Bloody Mary. Word count 1153. I hate using said spellings, it's so fucking annoying. My locking playlist is Metallica. Then I take my time anywhere, free to speak my mind anywhere. Oh, and High School Musical. It all goes down to right now, it's up to us. Volkswagen, tailspin, bucket matches my pale skin. You know what, I'm having fun. I'm now at 1600 words, so I've done 500 this morning. In the space of like an hour and a half, which is kind of a big slay. My plan now is to go to Lidl. I'm going to buy some eggs, egg whites, bagels. So basically what I'm telling you is, by giving myself a 4-day deadline, I was able to get the work done, which means I probably could have got it done 5 weeks ago. But alas, here we are in reading week, and I have been doing some readings, not personal reading. My reference list is going to be fucking massive. Guess who still hasn't washed their hair? Slay. But I finished my first draft of my essay. I'm at like 1950 words and it's 2,000 words. But if I do a reread of it right now, it's not going to make sense to me. Because what I wrote it about doesn't make sense to me still. But I did get it done, technically. So I could hand it in and it'd probably get me like just a pass. But I'll go back to it. What day are we on? We're on the 12th. I'll go back to it in a week's time and do like the references and all the fancy shit. But for now, I'm going to move on to my second essay for exhibitions in libraries and archives. Bloody hell. Which isn't like your traditional style of essay, okay? It's I can tell you exactly what it is when I get to it. It's a 2,000 word reflection piece on the exhibition China and Hong Kong Voicing the Collection, which is at the Portugal Library right now in Manchester. It ends the end of May. Do I need to go back to that exhibition to take pictures? Yes. Am I going to do that right now? No, because I don't want to go alone. The Portico is like an independent library, because like old buildings make me feel bad for being in them. Even though I'm allowed to go in them, I feel like I shouldn't be in there. Anyway, and there's not a lot, because it's like a new little exhibition, there's not a lot online regarding it. But I have my first visit notes all typed up, and that's like 900 words, so it's basically already halfway there. I feel like it's quite informal, because it says here, like, discuss the influence of attending this course and or the insights provided by the exhibition curator on your understanding and perception of this exhibition. Look, I don't fucking remember anything. This course ended, we're technically on like week 11. This course ended in week 6. Honey, I don't remember a thing. Considering I spent the beginning half of this week thinking, oh no, I've done nothing, I'm crap. I've actually done quite a lot, especially today. But I think I'm gonna go over the first draft again, understanding that it's sort of like a more informal discussion piece. And we'll see where that gets me, I think. What do I do now without your eye? Anyway, hi guys, welcome to part 2. Part 2 meaning essay 2. Sorry, I've just finished my breakfast. I've got seeds all in my teeth. I had bagel with avocado and mozzarella. Oh, slay. I started off with the essay that I hated the least, that I liked the least, hated the most. And I got it done in 3 days. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a slay. I haven't met the word count and I haven't finessed the formatting. I haven't done the referencing. Okay? So it's not like done, spick and span, could hand it in. It is Monday the 14th of April. Okay? It is 10:22 in the morning. I've had a slow morning. I've showered. I am going to slip on a pair of jeans and go to One Stop because the only caffeine I have here is coffee. And to be quite honest with you guys, I am an energy drink gal. I would spend my last coin on an energy drink. And they're 2 for £2. So I'm gonna go get some. But if you don't know, I'm doing I go to the University of Manchester. I'm doing a master's in library and archive studies. I have 3 optional module essays and then 1 mandatory module. So I have written my records and information management practice essay. Done. Okay? I have my curating art essay to write, my exhibitions in libraries and archives, and my papyrus print history of the book essay to write. Out of the 3 remaining essays I have left to write, the one I'm most excited for and the one that I know I can be like, curating art. However, the curating art essay does have the most difficult argument format in it. It's 1,000 words longer than the rest of them, and you may be thinking, why would you not start with the biggest? That's because I didn't, okay? Now it's important to note that the exhibitions essay is actually due the week before the rest of them, but that's okay. So today I'm going to be working on my history of the book essay, which basically we pick an early print or medieval manuscript book from John Ryland's research library and we write about it. However, because my life can never be fucking easy, actually, I chose a rare book, which means I can't look at the book because it's rare. It's rare and old, okay? So I chose MS-53, you can look it up online, Latin MS-53, which is a manuscript on astrology and astronomy. And it's also paired with an early print book. Through the bits of research I've done thus far, it's difficult to ascertain which one came first, which is fine. But because I can't see and work with the material firsthand, and I have to work with digitized version online, it can make it a little bit boring. So like, I don't get to go to the reading room and flick through the book because the book's 600 years old and it's very, very fragile, okay? So I have to sort of like do it from a distance, which is not as fun and not as big of a slay, and I'm not really sure what form of argument I'm gonna take. I definitely want to write about iconography and the role of images in readership over time, because obviously it's written in Latin. Latin is now a dead language. Like, the only people doing Latin are the ones in private school. I don't know, like, the only form of Latin you'll find in Western culture is the name of the fucking Alpha Kappa Beta houses that the American girlies sit in. And I'm not one of them. I also don't go to Oxford. I also don't go to private school. So as much Latin as I know is the Latin plurals that we use in English. Like hyenae, or that's the only one, like octopi. That's it. That's all I know. Okay? I can, however, deduce Italian. Not read it, deduce it. Which makes reading Latin a little bit easier, even though they're not directly correlated, but like they are. Because in my head, Latin comes from Italy. And now I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense. Understanding the content of the book is not that difficult because you can kind of make out English or Italian words from my Latin. And also I looked up what the book's about, so I know what the book's about. But that's what I'm doing. That's the POA, if you will. Hi darlings, it's Tuesday the 15th of April. Yesterday, I must say, if I do say so myself, which I do say because I did, and if I do say, which I do say because I say, I wrote 1,500 words yesterday. Oh, sorry, did you guys hear that? It should be your hands clapping because I deserve a round of applause. So now today, I get to go in and fill in all of the contextual gaps. Yeah. Fun. You're in self-sabotage mode. Throwing spikes down on the road. Hi guys, it's Wednesday. Bear with. The 16th. Fuck. I've got 2 weeks. Fuck. Okay. I'm working on history of the book. Again. The same one that I was working on yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. I found out 2 seconds ago that it's 3,000 words and not 2,000. I'm so happy about that. Which means I had 2 2,000 word essays and 2 3,000 words essays. So in total I'll be writing 10,000 words across 4 different essays. Which would be great if my actual dissertation was not also 10,000 words. I'm listening to Torture Post Department extended anthology version or whatever it's called. Should be a big artist, golden retriever. I've decided to work on my bed today. It's almost 11 o'clock. I don't know if it's a smart idea or not, but I'm currently at 2,064 words. None of that is research, that's literally just free writing from the other day. I have to read through it, edit it, add contextual research to it, make my chronological argument actual valid by referring to my book, or like the item, the manuscript I'm working with. That's how my day's going. How's your day going? Is it going great? Anyway. One of my top songs for 2025, Top Loaders, Dancing in the Moonlight. It comes on and it makes me so happy. It's almost 8:30 in the evening. I know, what the hell is going on? You may be thinking, Jessica, what is going on? Well, if you didn't know, I sat down to do work at 2 p.m. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about me getting distracted or anything, because I didn't. I got everything up. I was gonna... Spotify down. Spotify was down for a few hours today. It sounds like a first world problem. It is. But as a girly who cannot work without music, I can't do anything without music. Even when I try to do stuff about music, there's music going on, okay? Whether it's Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, a fucking jingle from an advert, there's music going on, okay? I cracked open my second monster of the day. I am, my chest does feel like I'm going to have a heart attack, I'm not going to lie. However, as you will have known, I thought my 2,000 word essay, I've learned my 2,000 word essay is a 3,000 word essay. And I started doing, I was worried I wasn't analysing, so I have to do a codological, a codicological. My life is not real. A codicological analysis of a manuscript, right? I was worried I wasn't analysing the manuscript in like the writing I had done. So what I've started doing, and in an hour I've done 1,200 words in an hour, and I still haven't finished, as I'm analysing all of the illustrations and the diagrams within the manuscript. If you want to look at the manuscript, you can. It's Latin MS 53, and if you type that into Google, the University of Manchester's website thingy repository will come up, and you can flip through it if you want. You don't have to, obviously. So that's what I'm doing. I'll show you. This is the one I'm on, but this is very hard to describe when there's not really much going on. But this is the UOM, like this is the thing, this is the catalogue. Just to show you, where am I? Like, you see, like this, and like this. This is basically what I'm writing about. So I'm, verso. I'm on this side. So you've got recto and verso. Recto is the front of the page, and verso is the back, obviously. And then I've got, how many more have I got? I'm not doing the marginalia stuff, simply because I don't want to. There's one here. Oh no, that's the one I'm on. Oh, big sleigh. Okay, so I have that one. Oh, and then these two, which is, I'll click on this. Sleigh. This is all gold leaf, by the way. Big sleigh. I hope you cared. And then I don't know if I'm going to be doing these tables, simply because I don't read Latin. They've not given me anything for the folios in which there are sketches of the, like, there's no information for these pages. I'll show you. Wrong one. For these pages, which is the ones that I was most interested in, which makes my life harder. And then, and when you type in the author of the book, well, the creator of the whatever, his name is Christianus Prolianus, okay? Christianus Prolianus. Christianus Prolianus is Italiano. So, Christianus Prolianus. 5 links come up. 2 are for facsimile sites for this book, where you can buy a facsimile for £1,000. One of them is this website. The other one is a John Ryland's blog of when they were restoring the gold leaf on this book. And then another one is another John Ryland's blog. Why is my hand like that? Is another John Ryland's blog where they write about this book. Again, 5 links. When you type in the man's name, 5 links come up. When you type in the book, the same 5 links come up. Do you know how hard it is to analyse a manuscript when the only references of mention are 5? Dreadful. It's another day, and whilst I tried to work yesterday on the essay at night time, I really tried. Turns out I can't do that. My body doesn't do that. So, hold on. I'm undressing. I'd be damned if I'm wearing fucking trousers in my bedroom. It's quite hot today, and I am wearing a hoodie. But I wanted to give you a little caffeine haul. 2 different flavours alert. I got this one, Peppermint Punch, which actually is a fave of mine. And this chaotic juiced one. I didn't get the usual raw energy. Simply because I just didn't, okay? And that's fine. Sometimes you just don't. Does my heart still feel like it's about to burst out my chest? Yeah. Oh, my essay's done though. No. One of my modules that I have to write an essay for is curating art, which technically isn't on my like libraries and archives thing, but is an optional module across the ICP. Is that what it's called? And I am 859 words into that. I'm doing a free writing thing again because that worked for Brimp, and I don't know if it's working for History of the Book, but it's working for Rimp and it's working for this, and then I'll weave in my contextuals and my theories afterwards, which is what I did for Rimp. Is I free wrote until the word count, which for this essay is 3,000 words for curating art, and then I took out stuff, put stuff in. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm actually getting nervous. I also have to do a recording of a presentation for Rimp as well. What's the date today? 17th of April. It's 20 past 1. God. I have 2 weeks to get all this shit done. I'm about to record. I see it. So basically, this is me, Slay, and I wrote my script in the notes which comes up here, but I have to cover it because if I look at myself, I'm gonna laugh. And I don't want to laugh, basically, because I don't even know where this is going. Do I not have a microphone? Is that what that means? How do I turn it on? Oh! That was some roots. How do I... Okay, I'm gonna record a bit. And then I'll put it back and we'll see if I have a microphone. Today I'm going to discuss 2 incidents regarding the record-keeping practices of the BBC and the BBC archives, breaking down the risks, solutions and affected legislation of the following incidents. No! Oh my god, I don't have a microphone. You did it at my birthday dinner. I'm actually nervous, like I feel a bit sick. And also it's not that big of a deal because it is just me. And you, guys, Slay. I am glad I spruced it up though, it looks so much better. Because beforehand, I did not care, right? So it was literally just sentences on a page. And now I feel like it kind of looks a bit bouge. Which I'm all here for. Okay, oh Slay. I'm really good at teleprompts and telecaster stuff, so this is actually going to be so Slay. And then can I just click, okay, and I can just click to move on to the next slide. Okay. It's got to be like 7 minutes long. This is just a practice run as well, this is not for reals. Today I'm going to discuss 2 incidents regarding the record-keeping practices of the BBC and the BBC archives, breaking down the risks, solutions, affected legislation of the following incidents. The first incident... I'm going to be so real with you. It's Tuesday. I just took a fat nap. I shouldn't have, because I have like all my work to give in, but I've done one of my... I'm sorry, I've got fucking David Bowie playing in my ears. Shut up, David. David, shut up, David. Scary. Basically, so I've done the presentation I've done. You would have seen it. It would have been the last thing you've seen. And me and my mate figured out how we whisper stand in. It was very confusing. Can you see my knee? My prickly knee? I do just want to go over my essay once more. Brother, look at all of that writing. You see that? I did that all by myself. All of that. Boggo. Ignore the lack of formatting. I've got it on preview. I don't want to open it. It's 20 to 8. I'm not going to stay awake for very long. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning. Can I tell you why? Yeah. I'll tell you why, since you asked so nicely. Basically, I can't speak with fucking music playing in my ears. Hold on. So basically, I fell asleep at 11:30. I had a hard night, because I'm a girl. I woke up I had a dream, right, that the guy I'm talking to, I'm really not talking to him, but yeah, we basically had a really awkward conversation the night before. Not it was my fault, but whatever. And I had a dream that he'd messaged me, that he'd left me a message after I'd fallen asleep, because I always fall asleep first. That he'd left me a message, and in my dream it was it wasn't a bad message, but it wasn't a good message. So I panicked, woke up, saw he hadn't left me a message, so I was okay. Then I was hold on, I need to explain myself. So I wrote him a message. I didn't tell him that I dreamed that. He gave me a weird message. But I'd basically, commented on, the night before. And then I was just awake. I've been awake for 18 hours. I'm just, I was doing laundry at 5:30 this morning. And this essay that I'm about to read through is the most, complicated. It sounds the way I've written it, it sounds like a research paper, or wedgie, or a research article. Because you know when they, just shove, they shove in loads of names to loads of different studies and stuff. Because, everybody is, working on that field. It kind of reads like that, and I think my professor will like it. I don't think it's necessarily right. But I am just a girl. That's my excuse. So I'm gonna read through it, and because I've formatted the whole thing, my title's there, my references are at the bottom. I just want to say, I have 4 pages of references for this one essay. And it's a 2,000 word essay. The essay is only 6 pages. And I still have 2 essays to finish. One that I've not actually met word count on, and one that I have met word count on, but I need to rework my conclusion. My conclusion isn't substantial enough. And I am going to fall asleep. I'm going to need to call someone to keep me awake.